I started getting called Grand Rapids at the Buick Open one year. It was Peter Jacobson decided to, and I was actually waiting for Danny Pohl to get done with a round, and he had played badly that day, so he said a few words to me and then busted off. I got to see my parents, okay. And so now I'm standing there, and Peter Jacobson looks at me and he's kind of giving me a hard time. Hey, Grand Rapids, you're getting blown off. And I'd known Peter for quite a while. In fact, I'd witnessed by some accident two of his hole-in-ones, and while he's playing in a tournament. And anyway, so he decides to turn around and tell the crowd that I'm from Grand Rapids, and he does a whole spiel on Grand Rapids. And let's just say the last line was where the men are men and the sheep know it. And it was really hard to kind of live down in front of 300 or 400 people. So, but that's where they started calling me Grand Rapids, and then it just kind of stuck with 18 years of the senior tour in Grand Rapids. That just became my name, and they don't know my real name, but they know I'm from Grand Rapids. So wake up, Grand Rapids. I see the guys back there. Yeah, okay, we got quite a few Grand Rapids guys here. Tom's a Grand Rapids guy, so obviously my job always as a Grand Rapids guy was to cover the state tournaments. I covered 30-some Michigan amateurs and 30-some Michigan Opens and a whole bunch of tournament of champions, because we'd go up to Boyne and we got to play golf in the morning, so that was really nice. But I always had to write about the low Grand Rapids guy, and that was the only way I thought was fair. You have to wait on the low Grand Rapids guy, and that's who you write about that day. And sometimes it'd be the same guy 4 days in a row, and sometimes that'd be Tom. And in fact, quite often that would be Tom. So I wrote a lot about Tom, and Tom's not the greatest quote. He's just not that, he won't get any slow pay penalties for his speech tonight. He'll go quick. He plays quick, he talks quick, and sometimes you had to go make stuff up, which I can do. Anyway, I've seen him play a lot of golf, let's put it that way. I've seen him hit a lot of shots. We never thought we had this local legend in Grand Rapids named Bobby Secocious, and no one ever thought anybody would win as many times as Bobby won. But somehow Tom has passed him, and he's put him in the rearview mirror, and he keeps winning, and that's just incredible. And so on a local level, we're just amazed by him, and we wondered why he wasn't in the Hall of Fame, probably a year ago or 2 years ago. But he wasn't 45 yet, so he turned 45, and we got him in. He's won the Michigan Amateur, he's won the Michigan Open, 5 mid-ams. I'm not going to go through his whole resume because it's really kind of boring, and it'll be at the end of my story. Last year, maybe the best round I've ever seen him play, first round of the Michigan Open at the Orchards, and it's raining sideways, and it's ugly, and it's cold, and he shoots a 64, and he doesn't miss a green. I mean, I don't even know how you do that. I was beyond amazement. I've watched, Tiger Woods play 18 holes and watched a whole lot of people play 18 holes, and I hadn't quite seen that kind of performance from anybody, let alone an amateur, and playing in a state open and doing something historic. And I kind of knew that day, we're going to have to put him in the Hall of Fame if he wins this thing, and here we go. Anyway, he likes bad weather, by the way, so I always know on a bad day, there's a pretty good chance he's going to be the low Grand Rapids guy. For some reason, he plays really good in the mud. You can't talk about Tom unless you talk about Leslie. That's his wife. Leslie's, if there's a Hall of Fame for golf wives, she's got to be in it too, because she's always there. She's amazing. I've seen her, she has a lot of these physical ailments and stuff once in a while. And I swear to God, she's out there, she looks like a catcher that wandered away from a game because she's got so many braces and stuff. But she's out there and she walks every hole. Now sometimes she can't hide her emotions at all like Tom can. Like you can't tell how Tom's doing by looking at his face or watching his body language, that. But you can tell in a minute if you just find Leslie. She might be his caddy that day, or it might be like in the 2009 Michigan Amateur when she was his caddy for a while, and then she wasn't. And I kind of asked her why, and she said, well, I quit. And she was mad at him. He was being negative, and she didn't want him to be negative. And I guess now she's wearing earbuds so she doesn't hear anything negative. But that's Leslie. And anyway, they're a good pair, and there's something to her point that he didn't really start winning tournaments until he married her. So I think he's got to keep her around.
That's true.
Anyway, it's really my pleasure to introduce Tom. I was always writing about the low Grand Rapids guy. It's great to be up here and introduce a Grand Rapids guy, and it's my pleasure. Your newest Hall of Fame member, and no two strokes for slow play, Tom Werkmeister.